Hello students, today I am here to revise you for the CBSE board exam of plus 2 class for CS and IP subject. If you will revise one sample paper daily, you can very easily get 100 out of 100 marks. Let's first recall the paper pattern of CBSE board exam. There will be 4 sections and 5 questions. Section A Python, question number 1 and 2. Section B Software Engineering, question number 3. Section C MySQL, question number 4. And Section D Society Law and Ethics, question number 5. So let's start A part. What will be the output of given code? For where in range 2, 6, 2, print where multiplied by where. So students, here you should see carefully. First of all, it will create a list whose values will be 2 and 4. Means it will take the 2 value, first value 2, then it will add this 2 and become 4. Then after adding again this 2, it will become 6, but 6 is the last index, so it should not be included. Now this var variable will take first time this value 2 and second time this value 4. Now see the print statement very carefully. It have written variable into where. So first time it will take this and second time it will take this. Now what it should print? It is a string and it is a number. If we multiply a string by a number, it will repeat or replicate it. Means where it will be written 2 times. Similarly for this statement where it will be repeated 4 times and the answer will be this. Next question. Write code to create 2D array of size 2, 3 with all elements as random floats between 10 to 15. Now students, recall the NumPy module, and inside NumPy module there is a sub module named as random, which is used to create array for random values. How it will work? Now see random.rand 2, 3. What it will be doing? It will be creating the array of size 2, 3 of random floats between range 0 and 1. After this creation of array, we will multiply it by 5. Means what will be its value? 0 to 5. After that we are adding this 10. Means if we are adding 10 in this, then our range will be 10 to 15. So in this way it will work and our purpose will be solved and the correct answer will be this one. Next question. Write the statement to create a 2D array of size 3, 3 named myArray having random integer values from 10 to 18 and then reshape it into 1D array named ARR1 having 1 row. Now students, see here it is saying the integer values. In the previous question it was asking the floating value. So for integer values there is one another function of the NumPy module and the name of the function is random integer. Now how it will work? It will take 2 arguments. First one is the argument and integers will be created from 0 to 8 of which size 3 cross 3 because it has given size 3 cross 3. After creating the array it will add 10. Means if this is the range and we will add 10, then the range will become 10 to 18 and here also we are given to create the array from 10 to 18. So our purpose will be solved. After creating the array we have to reshape it and we will use the reshape function in this way and store the myArray into array1. So this is the answer. Next question. Explain the save figure function. Students, as the name suggests, it is used to save the figure. But which figure? It is used to save the chart or graph created in Python using Matplotlib library with required extension. With required extension means it can take any extension, example PNG, PDF or EPS. Now what is the syntax? matplotlib.pyplot.save figure file name means it is included inside the pyplot component of matplotlib library. You can import this library and give a alias name, so that in the next statement you can only write plt.savefigure, and next is the complete file name with extension. If you are not writing import matplotlib.pyplot, then you have to completely write matplotlib.pyplot.savefigure, and again these two are the statements. Here I have changed the extension just to remind you that it can take any extension. Next question, what will be the value of ABCD if a equal to numpy.full 4, 3? Now students, many are confused in these two arguments, and many times you will write the wrong answer. First argument is the size here. Keep in mind always, first argument is the size, means it will take 4 elements, and second argument is the value, means it will insert 3 inside all the 4 elements. Next question, I function, it will create the identity matrix of order 2 by 2, diagonal identity matrix. Next question is numpy.array, it is used to create the array of the list given. Then it will take simply the values 1, 4, 5, 20. Next part, numpy.onceLike a. Here students, onceLike means it have to insert the values once, but how many elements will be there? It will take the number of elements from the array A. How many number of elements A have? 4. So it will also have 4 elements, and all the 4 elements will have value 1. Next question, write code to create arrays and calculate covariance of elements of following given array. So students, for creating the array, you will simply write array equal to numpy.array and the given value. Similarly, array2 equal to numpy.array and the given values as given in the question. After that, you can use covariance function COV of numpy module and pass the arguments the name of arrays. Next question, question second G part. Write code to calculate mean absolute deviation of IP column of following given data frame. Also write the output. Now you can use the MAD function for this purpose in 4 possible ways. We already had covered up all. And what will be the output? Output will be 6.67. Now how this output will come? Let's see. We are having 10, 20 and 30 values in IP column. So we will write it here. We will find out their average. Average will be 20. After that we will calculate this average minus IP. Means average was 20, 20 minus 10, 10. 20 minus 20, 0. 20 minus 30, minus 10. After that we will take the absolute value. Absolute value of 10 is 10. Absolute value of 0 is 0. Absolute value of minus 10 is again 10. Then we will find out their average. Means add them and divide by number of values. So it will come out to be 6.67. Next question. In what situations pivot function will not work? What is the possible solution for it? Explain with example. Pivoting is a summarization technique which rearranges data from rows and columns in a report form so that data can be viewed from different perspectives. So how different perspective? Now see. Here pivot function will not work. Why it will not work? Let's see. It will not work for the same index column values. What it wants to say, if we have written index equal to classes and columns equal to tutor, means if Mr. Vikram and Mr. Class is plus 2 and again Mr. Vikram class is plus 2, although it is in semester 1 and 2, but we are not concerning the semester column. We are concerning only these 3 columns. So for same index column value there will be problem. Why problem? Because which value should be written, either 40 or 50 is not clear. So it will not work in this situation. For this situation we will use the pivot table function in this way. Here one extra argument, aggregate function equal to sum is written. Note it. Now what it will do, 40 periods of Vikram sir in first semester and 50 period in second semester, and it will add them and write it here. Same situation if Miss Sheetal is taking plus 2 class 30 period and Miss Sheetal is taking plus 2 class 20 period in semester 1 and 2 respectively, again it will write Sheetal 50 period for plus 2 class by adding both the semester 1 and 2. So pivot table function is mainly used where same index column values appears. Next question. Question second, I part. Explain following functions of pi function, auto-PCT and explode. Now auto-PCT is used to show the percentage of various parts in pie chart. Now you can see here percentage is written. This percentage is written using the auto-PCT argument, and next is explode. Now you can see this third part is exploded, means it is shifted the center from its original position to highlight it. So students, stay safe at home but keep studying. Thanks and have a nice day.